Does
When you
mikveh
turn
require
the re-
additional parking?
No.
I guess we don't
Guys,
have mikveh parking requirements.
When you turn the revised submission in, give us a 1-2 paragraph rider.
We do.
What you just said. This is what it is, there's no variance, there's no mikveh, there's no catering. Because if we have that, we can put that in the letter.
Every one of our new applications has a letter, by the way, if you've seen it.
Yeah, with the new ones that come in, I
Every single new
try.
application has a letter, some are better, some are worse.
Okay.
Some I write, some Glenn writes, those are the ones that are better, worse, mine are worse. So, Glenn's are more in
Said you could
depth.
write those.
Yeah, well, yeah. When we have 5 applications in a day, we all share the burden a little bit.
Okay.
But it's basically give you guys an overview of what's going on.
The, what is an Ezra Shnoishim?
The ladies section,
It's a ladies section.
second floor,
It's a
gallery.
gallery. Open
Like
to below.
rails.
Yeah, no, yeah,
They can keep an eye on their husbands. Smart man.
yeah.
It's a,
All right, so this is a shul now, just remind me, I always thought Bias Mentors was a school.
No, that's the main base measure is the main sanctuary of the
Okay.
shul. That's how you run your numbers, that's how you run your parking calculations.
I've seen it defined, it can be a
I'm
place
thinking
of
of Beth
learning.
Mentors, okay,
Learning,
Right.
worship,
Right.
shul, yeah.
okay. There's no seats or just open, like is there?
There'll be chairs and tables, bench put in, we don't
But
typically,
movable furniture?
architect doesn't typically lay that
But
out.
it's
in the
not-
middle, no, in the middle is gonna be,
Oh, I'm
It's
looking
not
at
like
the
in
mikveh, has
a-
certain
Yeah, no,
layout.
mikveh is different, it's not a, mikveh is not a, this is like a sauna, like a, yeah. I'll draw you what it will be.
He means, you know, in a Catholic church, you have pews, and you can kind of count
Yeah.
seat
And I've been to
space off of
synagogues
that.
too, where it's
It's
laid
gonna-
out.
Yeah.
It's like fixed.
Well, if there is, but that's the point also, is if there's anything fixed,
there is
in
gonna
the
be,
base measure.
there is gonna be in the middle,
they should show that
with-
and
with
take
the
that area
stage.
out of the
Right,
yeah,
square
you
show
footage.
it on the
Right,
floor.
right, you just show it wide open and.
no problem.
Right,
I'll tell them
you
that.
know, you got your altar, you got, you know, anything that's not
Stable.
usable
For
as-
standing.
For
Bookshelves and all
standing or
that.
sitting,
It's a net gross area.
Yeah.
right, right.
You can have one.
Only in Lakewood can you have a net gross
Since
area.
I'm doing the application.
Why don't you come
might as
and,
well stay
yeah,
here.
come and sit down.
First of all, you have to deduct your Kiddush, all the shelves, all the beamers, and everything else. I didn't realize I'm doing it, you know, that's what the heck, I might as well. But what do we got?
Bringing in the heavy artillery.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
But that
Smart.
helps get the,
We've done this a few times,
Yeah.
right?
get the parking number down so that we're
Yeah,
within
well,
the
how many
requirements.
square, it's 1533 gross.
We need to reduce 32 feet, or 30,
No, the beam alone is gonna be about that, plus the shelving,
And the
plus, and where's the Snushim?
Second floor, next floor.
You're nothing on the first
no,
floor?
but here, your iron alone, this is meant for the arc, that bump out,
Okay.
so we'll be okay with that. I think a little tweaking.
Bump out is
from
basically-
BF design,
Yeah.
but we'll
Okay.
be fine.
Okay.
All right.
That's it.
Who's
So
the
we're all
architect?
for the, you have curbs and sidewalks there already? It's just a little
We're
further.
showing.
Now it's there, but it's gonna
Yeah.
be
It's
gonna
redone
be
anyways, it's
redone,
gonna be,
replaced.
yeah.
Well,
it's
it'll be
gonna
redone because
Exactly.
driveway aprons and.
Okay.
Any
And
screening
just show that on
requirements
the
or
plans, obviously.
any landscaping requirements or screening?
You're going to be looking at the permit buffer requirements.
We put that on, we're gonna
That's
have
all.
the fencing, the buffering.
Yeah, relief is required from the 20 feet,
Okay.
Yeah,
because they're proposing 8-foot high chain link fence instead.
Yeah, we got a 50-foot wide lot.
Yeah.
We'll put some buffering in there.
So the setback is the first variance, you need 7 and 6.23. Both sides, you need 15 combined, is 1467. As my distinguished colleague says, de minimis, he has that beautiful word in the English language. Okay,
And lot coverage, honestly, for the area, houses get
That's Flannery
35%,
Latin.
shuls only get
And
30. So we'd be asking for the lot coverage like a house, gets an R75.
What do you have on both sides, residences?
Yes.
Yeah. In the
But
back
I
is
wanna
a
just tell you
synagogue,
something.
but the two
Some
sides
things-
is residence.
Have you contacted your neighbors?
One of them I spoke to.
And
Wanna
they
sit
don't have a
down?
Problem?
Anyone, not yet, he's willing to work.
where is it? What
I
street
don't
is it?
see any
He says
buffers
it's-
on the sides, just up in the front by the
Hey, look,
parking
yeah,
lot.
let me get you.
What about,
This is the
Oh,
cover
I see,
sheet.
it's no problem, I got it.
that shows, looks like it shows landscape.
Some landscaping,
Yeah.
there'll be
In the
fencing, there'll be other
front,
stuff shown.
But the sidewalk down this side, so there's really only that one
So you
side.
think more than a chain link
Technically
fence would be
speaking,
appropriate, though, to
until the
actually
new
qualify as
ordinance comes into
buffering?
effect, you don't start at 8 till 800,
I know, that's why I have 5 is required.
but you're not, you have more.
Yeah, we have more than,
No, more than 5 is required,
But they
though,
made-
off the new architecturals.
No, because it goes only, the new ordinance that's being read now is that you need to have parking spaces for the first 800. But the way that was drafted by, we wrote it, was it doesn't start until after 800.
Now
Right.
they just changed architecturals last week, and they
Right,
made it
but
basically a little bigger, so it'd be 7 and 7.
It doesn't make a
Fine anyway.
difference. We should have more, whatever you can try to max out. There's no question, everyone agrees we should try to get more.
We have one question though, it's actually more of a technical, you said we have to ask for a waiver of parking within 5 feet. The only parking within 5 feet would be no parking on the side of the handicap spot. That's
Is
no
that a
parking.
waiver or variance? If that's
That's-
900,
that's-
it's a variance.
It's a waiver.
What section is it? Is that in the school section?
But we're not asking for 5 feet.
Okay.
We're showing no parking there, we're showing the side of the handicap.
So you're going 0?
But no.
You have nothing within 5 feet, is that what you're saying?
No
It's-
real
It's the
parking
striped
spots. It's the
handicap
striped
access area,
access.
That
not
was
the
very-
actual
that
space
was-
for the vehicle.
Right, that was well said. That was very well said.
It's the 18,
Boy,
it's
it'll-
the 1800 section. 18 section,
So it's not in
That's
school.
everything.
No, it's-
18905, so that's.
Yeah, 90, see, that's where it gets dicey, because the 900s are your zoning section.
Right. We'll go into the school section.
But we don't think we're asking for, we don't believe that that's really, I mean, Glenn could take that further by the meeting. in
If you
public.
have an objector, we've done this before, we just had an application, they said, just to be safe, call it a variance. Because, you know, what we've been telling people, I've had Liston ask a few times, you know, what's a variance and what's a waiver? And some areas are gray, if it's in the 900 section, 900s are entitled zoning standards. If it's in the 800s, 800s are entitled,
Design standards.
right, design standards.
We agree with that, we just don't think that that's a parking spot.
Is it not required to make that space handicapped accessible though? So it's part of that space, even though the vehicle's not on that portion? I understand it's a gray area, an objector could,
It's like the double, we'll call it out, because who cares?
Yeah.
And that's
I would
not-
be
it's not
ready to
our
be
problem.
conservative enough
Okay.
that you don't get
I
drugged
agree.
into another meeting, that's all.
Correct.
You got it, okey-dokey.
I think we also,
Nice plan.
we also have to,
Very similar to Alexander, the other one. It's almost, we tried copying, it's very
Yeah,
similar.
but Alexander's only 800 square feet. And I told them, I said, why did you make it so small? You outgrow it.
A little bit.
This little bit bigger,
Very nice. If you want, it's Shishi, by the way.
right?
Right? Shishi.
Shishi, right? Sure.
You want-
Shlishi or shishi?
That's the Yonsei I called up for the Torah.
Mishka would-
Oh, okay, right.
It's terminal,
okay.
Okay.
it'd be very nice.
Okay, you
This is
looked
on
at-
May 23rd?
We're looking at May 23rd, revised plans by April 20th. You just got the ARCs, is that enough time for you? Because we could probably do April 27th, as long as you're not here any
Just pass it
later.
over. Just-
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Fortunately, it's a relatively light month in news.
I have one
Yeah.
plan,
We have that flexibility.
I'll have it in, it's one plan, I'll get it done. We'll get it in, I just need BF to change, make a couple of changes, I don't like where they put the ramps. I
Yeah.
just need to-
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Very good.
all right.
23rd.
May 23rd, yeah.
Package deal. Go ahead.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Moving right along.
Thank you. John, this is the last one. It was scheduled
Planning board meeting, what's going on?
after the other two, so you probably have nothing on it.
This is the one, they're legalizing the existing, correct?
Is your father around?
Okay.
Yeah. So let me call you back, yeah? I'll call you and see you. He's Eigerson.
Yeah.
Coco.
What are we
I think we even wrote it there.
You want to sit down over here? You can.
Okay.
Next.
You're on a temporary CO, right, huh?
No, no seal. Let's not be so picky.
You don't need a CO to pray.
So
Yeah,
we're
it's
on a mission from
It's on
God,
the
that's what we're
survey
saying.
as existing,
Okay.
so,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. I mean, I wrote it as existing, as we had talked about. Chaim and I met on this a few weeks ago. Then the recommendation is you have no improvements shown. So if the board decides that you don't need any, just have an engineer planner. I know of a few good ones.
Do you?
They're hard to find.
That's right. The talent pool is becoming de minimis, so to speak.
Don't even go that route.
But make your case. What is the condition of the on-site paving and parking? Is it in decent condition?
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay. That's the kind of stuff you'll have to give testimony on. And obviously, if the board says, I want A, B, and C, we're going to recommend that we
Right.
have signed sealed plans for whatever the improvements are, if any.
So this is presently what?
It was built as a house. There are residents or people praying there now, and we want it to be a shul.
So it's presently like a, I'm not asking you to admit
You
it,
have
but
two
I would
uses.
call it an underground shul.
It's an above-ground, underground.
It's a residential structure that people pray in.
It's from Morano's.
So you want to,
We want a
Take it
site
to the
plan
next step.
exemption. Yes,
You
site
wanna-
plan exemption.
To
We wanna-
formalize it
next
as
step
a
in its
shul.
We
evolution.
want to come out of the basement.
Oh my God, you're coming out of the
So,
It's a slant, it's on a slant.
About the stuff.
I wasn't going to say the closet, because that
So-
would imply something.
That's a
do
different
you
connotation.
have architectural plans?
Yes.
Yes,
Can we look at them?
it's in the last sheet.
So,
Full service operation.
Whose application is this?
There you go.
this is like the other one where, all you have is four corners.
I do note it's under 1,500 square feet, so you have no problem meeting the
So
site plan
this is an
exemption
add-on?
requirements.
Where are you adding on? Is that the shaded area?
Yes.
So what'll happen with the other buildings?
That's residential, it's staying residential.
Staying as a house.
So that looks like it's a house that's really, I see two walkways going up. Is it one single family? Is it two house? What is it?
This is the main house. This is the guest area that he built as an addition 3 years ago for when his family comes for holidays. Otherwise, he just uses it as part of the house.
So it's presently a single-family house?
Correct.
Now, hopefully, the single-family home is permitted, correct?
Yes, everything's
Okay.
been, this job is all permitted. This was permitted as a game room.
Okay,
And
all
they
right.
decided to stop praying in the game room.
Okay, okay.
And what about
Moved
the,
over the pinball machine.
is there parking?
9 spaces, a little,
Well, actually, we had scaled it, it's more like 7, but it's more than what you need.
On your property, a 7-row on your property? Where-
Pesky scales.
it's a unusual come in and go out, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know which ones we kicked off, but,
So you have to stack
Maybe we don't have the
floors.
same scale
Yes.
as you.
How many bedrooms is the house? Does the house meet?
I don't use architect scales.
Terry,
Oh, is that what it
does
is?
that,
I know,
if
but-
we have a house, does it have to meet residential site improvement standards as well as the use for the shul? I mean, it's really a dual use, and I don't see why you would not
Boy,
need
that's a
the
good
parking
question.
for-
I mean-
I think,
We don't do it.
This just, not this particular application, but it just came up in Woodbridge the other day, we were talking to RSIS about something different.
but you still have the
But it's
residential.
private. But yeah, it's residential, but it's private.
Right.
This is not a thoroughfare per se.
But you have a shul, which
Yeah, but the
is,
shul is not residential. The homes are obviously
so
residential.
my point is you actually have two uses, but you should have adequate
Okay,
parking
but
for
it's
both
a-
uses.
Okay, you have apples and oranges. Let's deal with the RSIS issue first. The RSIS issue, as I see it, the only issue would be adequate parking for the residences.
Right.
And you have 7, the way I calculate.
Right,
So you more than exceed the RSIS.
for the house, right.
For the house. Since they got a plot plan for this, it must have been confirmed that, yes, it's adequate by Lakewood standards, which are higher than RSIS because of the basement apartment issue. So that's issue number 1. Issue number 2 is coming back to the sanctuary. The sanctuary is less than, it's 673 square feet, which is less than the 800 threshold.
So you don't need parking for the sanctuary?
Correct. Correct.
You don't need
So
any?
the 4 is in excess of what's needed for both uses.
Correct, okay. That's what I
I
wanted
mean,
to
I'm
know.
sorry,
If you add
the
them both
7 is
together,
in
that's what I was
excess
getting
of what's
at.
needed.
Also, the tradition is whatever is the dominant use, and we consider in Lakewood that the sanctuary is the dominant use as the house. That's what,
Oh, I know, but there have been problems with parking, and I think it's fair to say you need to accommodate both separate uses. You have to meet the
I
parking for
understand.
both, and apparently here you do.
Has this been used at all as a shul? It had, okay, all right. Do you know of any existing problems or complaints?
No, the neighbors aren't gonna be there to say that they have no problem with it.
Okay,
It basically started off
that's
as
gonna
a
be
game
half
room
the
and then
battle.
became a synagogue, because it's for kids from the street that aren't by me and not on drugs yet.
okay.
So
They're working on it?
No, hopefully not. That's why they're there, not by me.
Where on County Line Road is this?
This is 953 County Line. It's Vicky Rubenfeld and Ezzy Wallenstein program at night. Gershbaum?
I'm just thinking it's going.
Here's Somerset.
Yeah,
It's
it's
east of
past-
Somerset on
past
the north
Somerset.
side of the
Now,
road.
in shuls like this situation, are they directly tied into the homeowner? Is the homeowner the rabbi for the shul? How
No,
does
the
that?
homeowner's son-in-law is the head.
So it's like a,
Family thing.
Yeah.
it's a separate entity then?
It's really a family thing. The father-in-law wanted them to do it.
But it,
He
but
was
it's
doing
not,
it in the house till they did this.
but it's not something that's like an accessory to the household. It's not like the rabbi lives in the house.
Well, they eat in the house.
Sometimes.
When they make parties, they eat in the house.
Is that a distinction when you put a set, you know, we have two distinct uses on one lot in that circumstance?
Isn't that permitted in Lakewood?
Yes.
Yes.
Lakewood,
Lakewood
there's
allows.
nothing that prohibits more than one principal use.
And there's actually a thing that says you can have.
There is.
I seen it.
It says it in the UDO.
All right, so make sure you bring that as part of your proofs, address that.
Yeah. There's been
That's a little
discussion
unconventional.
about changing
Changing.
that.
So make sure that
As of
that
yet,
gets
it has
into
not
the-
been changed.
Make sure that gets into the resolution, so that if it ever does get changed, it'll be properly grandfathered, that it's recited and
Good advice.
Are you in a rush?
Not at all. We could wait till tomorrow.
Because we're scheduling everything from today for May 23rd, but given that you don't really need any plan
Right, we
revisions,
don't really need anything.
you do need notice, so we can't put you on tonight.
Right.
April 25th has a lot on it, and May 9th has nothing, but we'll get whatever from April
Well,
25th carries over.
May 9th, you may get the shopping center.
Yeah, he asked me to
Yeah, I
carry
think so.
indefinitely, until further notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I would say
don't
like
think so.
2020.
You don't think they'll be on May? You think it'll be later?
No, because the 9th,
Later
he's
than
doing the
that.
CAFR meeting
Oh,
for the
okay,
Fairways.
interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in Frisco in June. Get Dave.
I guess it'll be pushed off again then.
I mean, we could try,
Would you believe
It's-
September?
It's really not a rush, but just put us on whichever schedule and.
right.
I think May 9th is a good
I wouldn't
meeting.
want to put you on May 9th if we don't end up having a May 9th. But if we're
No.
not going to reach everything on the 25th, we will have a 9th, so,
So let's do 25th, and then worst case scenario, we go to the 9th.
Okay.
yeah, okay. Does that work? Notice for the 25th, and then we'll carry you to
Yeah.
the 9th if needed, with everything else from
Right.
that meeting.
I'm sorry, I know everyone here, I don't think we've met.
This is Heimstar Batia.
This buddy.
Oh,
Yes. The boss.
she's the boss. That explains why she seems to be running everything.
Let's come to the fun.
I'm sorry, what's your
17.
name?
But, yeah.
Baya. I'm John Jackson, nice to meet you.
She keeps Heim out of trouble most of the time.
And I think I have enough
8 out of 10
plans from
Resemble-
you.
well, I can see
One,
the resemblance, actually.
2, 3. I have
Now
enough
that you
plans from
smiled,
you,
I
I just
have
need
to
a
look.
PDF set of everything.
Okay.
And actually, they're small, so I'll just scan them in myself, I just don't like having to scan the big ones.
Okay.
So you guys are good, you're set, as long as you can provide notice for 4/25.
I'll send it out today.
That's it, we're done?
We're done.
Nice.
Hopefully tonight's as quick as that was.
Well, I think it's gonna be. We're gonna have one or two applications and.
We're not
got some
gonna
people
argue
coming to
about
fight
history of
on-
minors?
I don't think
We
so.
may.
Optimist?
We may.
Got someone with a legal argument on Oak Street.
I would
Be ready for
expect
that.
Oh, yeah?
Someone supposedly coming with a legal argument.
Someone
on Oak Street.
more than,
More
that
than
we
regulars,
usually
yeah.
see.
Yeah.
It's not John's new friend, is it?
Who's John's new friend?
Mr. Shea?
Oh. Oh, yeah.
We're old friends.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to follow me back to my office, I'll get those plans we were talking about.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, thank you,
very
good to
much.
see you.
John, if you want to come as well, I had something I
We're
wanted to
gonna
show
go
you
back
too.
Can we go back there?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Mr.
Rather not do
Fenzer,
it
always a
here.
pleasure.
Sir, I'm only an observer today. I'm a UN observer. I want to see what a real lawyer does. How you doing, John?
How are you?
Good.
Good? All right.
I
That must
have
be
just a
Mr.
couple affidavits that I want to go over with you because I know Mr. Klein's been questioning them and I want to
Yeah.
make sure we're both satisfied with how they're filled out. so.
Jerry just turned one of Adam's back.
Right, so let's go
They're in my office anyway.
to your office and discuss it.
Just wanna make sure it sounds like-